My name is Rick Howard, and I'm an open water instructor with Diver City. I've been working with them for about 8 years.
How long have you been an instructor for?
Well, so I got my open water certification in 2008 out at West Hawk in October, and it snowed when we were doing it. And then 2013, I got my dive master through Diver City. And then a couple of years later, I did my assistant instructor course with Jackie. And then a couple of years later, 2018, I did my open water instructor certification.
Nice.
I guess I've been diving for a total of about 13 years.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. What made you want to teach scuba?
So when I originally got certified, becoming an instructor wasn't my original goal. But once I got my dive master certification and I started working with the other instructors and I started seeing, the effect, how enthusiastic people were about scuba diving and whatnot, I wanted to get more involved with that. And so now that I am an open water instructor, I really enjoy it. I find it rewarding and challenging at the same time. And I get a chance to introduce people to scuba. It's cool.
Mm-hmm. And where did you first get certified?
Like I said, in West Hawk. We went out there in October and the floats were out. And so we decided to go to Miller Beach to do the first couple of dives. And it was pretty cold. It wasn't quite a nice dive, but it was snowing and the wind was blowing. But it was good. It was warmer in the water than it was outside.
Do you have any wise words for someone diving at West Hawk?
Yeah, manage your expectations. Right? West Hawk is not drift diving in Cozumel, so if you think it's going to be one of those kind of Caribbean dives, it's not. Definitely not. It's cold and the visibility isn't as good as it is in the ocean. But the skills that you learn out at West Hawk will serve you anywhere in the world. Wreck diving off the coast of England in Tobermory, Ontario, it's very similar environments that it is to West Hawk. So again, just don't expect too much, and use the lake for really what it's intended for, and that is to practice your skills. Keep current. So you go out to West Hawk, you do a few dives, and then when you go to the resorts, you get to use those skills.
When you aren't diving, what else might you be doing?
Well, now that I'm retired, there isn't enough time in the day. So I do gardening. I'm studying Spanish and French and philosophy. I like to build airplane models and just basically doing all of the things that my job got in the way of when I was working.
What's your favorite event that Diver City hosts?
Well, I like to try to get out at least one dive trip a year with the shop, because I find the group of people that go on those trips to be really a lot of fun. But I mean, the pumpkin dive and the chili cook-off in October has to be a pretty close second. I enjoy that too.
Yeah. And out of all the courses you've taken, which one is your favorite?
I think the Dive Master course was my favorite. I took the Dive Master course to expand my skills as a diver, and the amount of information and the amount of skills and all of the stuff that you learn in Dive Master course is really hones your skills and makes you, I think, a better diver. So that would be my favorite.
If you could be any fish, what would you be and why?
I think a Goliath grouper would be the one that I picked. Whenever you see these fish, they're pretty badass. I mean, they're big and they're very territorial, and they keep their space kind of thing. And they're not targeted for extinction like rays and sharks are.
And when the world reopens, where will you go?
So when the pandemic came, we had a trip planned to Ireland, and I had some diving planned off the north coast of Ireland. I was going to go diving around the Giant's Causeway. So, and it was a family trip, so I'd like to finish that trip. But we also had to cancel a trip to the Grand Cayman Islands. So I'd like to do that one as well. Never been there.
What do you wish someone had told you before you started diving?
Don't wait. I was 52 before I started diving, and I'd go on trips or whatever and holidays, and I'd hear people talking about scuba diving, and they were like, "Oh, it was fantastic," and all the fish and everything. And I was like, "Really? I didn't really understand what they were talking about. I do now. I think it's, as soon as you can get at it, I would recommend that people do it."
And last question, what's something most people don't know about you?
So my name is on a plaque inside of a satellite that's currently orbiting Mars. I was part of the engineering team that designed, built, and tested the satellite, and I was really honored when they put my name on the plaque with the rest of the engineers.
Oh, wow. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I don't think so. I think that covers it.